Welcome. This channel is all about karma. I'm trying to give back because when I decided to leave the United States and come to a foreign country to hang out, well, I learned a lot from YouTube and people who were giving good information. So, with this quick little video, I want to tell you about my horrifying story about never again will I ever try to buy an iPhone in the United States and have it shipped to me in Bangkok, Thailand. Why, you ask? Why? Well, first off, the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I wanted the 14 Pro Max 1 terabyte. Months ago, I went to Apple. They didn't have any. They said they didn't have any at all. Then another month went by. I went back to Apple. They still didn't have any. Then I talked to somebody at Apple, said, well, we had about this many of them. And they went like that. We don't know when the rest are coming in. Could be months. And then I get the news on every major news outlet that Apple has let China screw them again. And they were stopping production. And on the Pro Max and the Pros, probably wouldn't be until January or February before they got any production back. And then that would probably go to the United States and the UK and Puerto Rico or wherever, but probably not Thailand. Later, I found out that Thailand technically is now called an Apple Tier 1 country, which means that Thailand is now scheduled to get new products on a Tier 1 basis like the United States. And I think that has come as there has been rumors that Apple is looking to do some manufacturing in Thailand in lieu of in China as well. But that didn't help my problem. My problem being they don't have any iPhones. And I am getting sick and tired of my lifestyle being out of stock. I worked my whole life to have a lifestyle that I'd like to have. And every time I turn around, my lifestyle is out of stock. Sucks, doesn't it? Oh well. I happen to be a T-Mobile customer. In fact, I had this T-Mobile deal that was supposed to help me to upgrade from my iPhone 13 Pro Max, which I bought in October of 2021. So it's just a little over a year old. And they would help me get the 14 Pro Max 1 terabyte model. So I called on the 13th of December, talked to a real nice guy named Anthony, ordered one. He knew it was going to come to Thailand eventually, but they can't ship out of the United States. So he said he'd try to get it as soon as he could. So on the 14th, I was notified, hey, it's on its way. So it left from Louisville, Kentucky, went to Panama City, Florida. From there, it was driven to Tampa, Florida. From there, it was driven to Naples, Florida. And then on the next day, it was attempted delivery from Naples, Florida to Bonita Springs, Florida, which is where my residence is. My buddy Mark was supposed to be around to sign for it. And it didn't come until a little bit late, and he wasn't there, so it got taken back to the facility at DHL, and they attempted to deliver it the next day. So on the 16th of December, he did sign for it, and he immediately took it to a DHL to ship it to me, trying to get here for Christmas. So he took it to DHL, paid $258 to have it shipped as fast as we can from Bonita Springs, Florida to Bangkok. Now, looking at my notes, and I'm going to turn over here a little bit because this was a lot of notes. So on the 16th, it was shipped by DHL. So looking over here, the phone made its way to Bonita Springs to Miami, Florida. From Miami, Florida, on the 18th, it went to Cincinnati, Ohio. Remember, this thing started out in Louisville, Kentucky, 100 miles from Cincinnati. Now it's in Cincinnati, Ohio. Well, that was on the 20th. On the 21st of December, it was shipped from Cincinnati to the, where do they call this? East Midlands in the United Kingdom. Well, it made it to East Midlands in the United Kingdom on the 21st. And then it went to Leipzig, Germany on the 21st. Two hops there. Finally, on December 23rd, it made it to Bangkok, Thailand, at DHL, where it sat there awaiting customs clearance. And now the nightmare is accelerating. The first thing, Customs said, we need a written certification from the National Bureau of Telecommunications of Thailand. You have to go there, tell them you got an iPhone, get the certification, and give it to DHL, who gives it to Customs. And tell them what model it is. So I said, well, I don't know what model it is. How am I supposed to, it's a iPhone 14 Pro Max, 1 terabyte, purple. No, we need a model number. I said, well, I don't know what it is. So I called T-Mobile. T-Mobile didn't know what it was. They had the IMEI number of the phone, but not the Apple model number. So I had my girlfriend call up DHL and say, open the box, look at it, tell me what the model is. We'll go get the paper. Said, we can't do that. We can't open it. So I had my girlfriend go over to the communications place, and there was only one model of Pro Max out of the 4 that was the iPhone 14 Pro Max that was their model 28. Let me look at this. Well, it was something like a 2894 or something. So we got the certificate, paid some money, brought it back, got it to DHL. DHL said fine. They gave it to Customs. Now, Customs, they open the box and they say, no, that's not the model that you had shipped here. You had like a 2651. So went back to MBTC, tried to get a certificate for that. They said, no, you can't import that into the country. Can't be done. It's a 14 Pro Max. Now, let me tell you, there is a difference between U.S. sold iPhone 14 Pro Maxes and other ones. One of the differences is there's no slot for a SIM card. It's all eSIMs. The other difference is the U.S. model supports 4 more channels of communication, 3 of which are 5G ultra high speed that is being rolled out in the United States. and one of them's an LTE frequency 71. I'll show some video. I might even post a couple of little video links up here and show you the difference, but they ain't much difference. It'll work here, that's for sure. So went back to DHL and customs, and DHL says there's nothing we can do about it. So by this time I was getting fed up. So I said, well, I'll just ship it back to the United States. No, you can't do that. We can't ship it back. Why not? Well, if it doesn't get through customs, they just confiscate it. What? Well, yeah, we can't. But we've got some shipping companies that if you Google this wording on Google, you'll find some shipping companies there, and they can take over clearance of your item from DHL. And they're specialists. Sort of like a Cousin Vinny specialist, I guess. But anyway, desperate, called these people up, looked up Google, found one, called them up, found another one, called them up. Best we could do. One said, oh yeah, we know what you got. No problem. In US dollars, 575 US dollars. And we'll go over customs and pick it up, deliver it to your condo. You'll have it by 5 o'clock this afternoon. And I thought, oh, this sounds like a scam, a ripoff or something. They said, well, it isn't a ripoff. All you have to, you don't have to pay us until we show up and you look at your package and make sure you got your phone in there, and then you pay us. By this time, I'm disgusted. So I said, okay, fine. Bring it. I'm already stuck. They're going to keep it if I don't get it through. So I already got like $1,700 in the phone because it's the 1 terabyte model. Another $258 to ship it. Another horrible trips back and forth and paying for certificates. And, so what's another $575? It beats some season the phone. Now, here's something you ought to think about now. If I went home back to the United States and bought that phone, put it in my pocket, flew back, walked through customs, out of the 10 million people who've come here this year already since they opened the country back up, they don't search anybody's pocket and check the model numbers on what phone comes in the door. Nobody ever checks that. But if you try to ship it in here to yourself, then it gets checked. Well, to make a long story short, the guy shows up and I shouldn't say to make a long story short, this is nothing but a long story. The guy shows up at 5 o'clock. Outside at his truck, we open the package, look at it. It was the model, the Apple box had never been opened because Apple boxes got those little seals on that you have to break to get in them. Gave him his $575 US, which was, we gave it to him in Thai baht. And he gave us our phone and went away. Well, that is what you have to do to get a phone in this country. Now, it's a wonderful phone. But I'm doing this for karma. I'm not trying to get this channel monetized and make money on YouTube. When I wanted to come over here, people helped me out with valuable information. And I'm trying to give you the valuable information. Don't ever try to have something like a piece of electronics shipped to you from another country and get it into Thailand. Especially one of these iPhones. And it was a nightmare. I am now in possession of the world's most expensive iPhone 14 Pro Max. At least it's got to be in the running. Because I've got almost $800 over list price in this. Sucker. Mistake. Bad thing. Bad thing. It's the way it happens. But I wanted to let other people know, maybe somebody who's contemplating bringing a phone in because you can't get it here will find this, be one of the 5 or 10 people who probably watch this video And maybe they'll save themselves a ton of grief and just say, you know something, I'm going to wait until the... By the way, I did a video, which I might link in the description, that Bangkok, Thailand has the second largest Apple store in the world. Second largest in the world. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. It is huge. They have tremendous stock, but they don't have this. All the new stuff you're going to have to wait for. And by the way, if you decide and you're already in Thailand that you want something new that Apple just announced, go online immediately using your Thailand address and order it from apple.com and get in the queue, and it will be delivered to you by Apple whenever it gets around. Don't try to bypass the system, and unless you're willing to fly the 25 hours back to the United States and buy it and put it in your shirt pocket and come back with it, that you can get away with. But if you try to have it shipped in this country, huge mistake. Thanks for watching. Press that like, share it with your friends, whatever. Have a great day.